Welcome back, book buddies! Today we're going to read a nice wintry book. This book is called Ready, Steady, Squirrel! Let's go! It was winter in the forest. Time for Evie and Granny to collect the food they'd hidden all autumn. But for the first time ever, Granny couldn't come. She was feeling a bit poorly. Granny was worried. There were hundreds of nuts and acorns and pine cones to collect. "You can't do it all by yourself, Evie," she said. But Evie was a very determined little squirrel. "Oh, yes, I can," she said. She grabbed her big warm scarf and the map that showed where everything was buried. Then she picked up the enormous basket and raced out of the house before Granny could say another word. She was ready. She was steady, and she was going squirreling all by herself. There's her map that shows all the different nuts. First stop, acorns. They were hidden in an old tree stump by the house. Evie laughed as she tossed them into the basket. This was easy. She'd be finished in no time. Evie set off again. She'd not gone far when she felt something cold on her nose. It was snowing. Evie loves snow. But when she saw two little stoats playing, she didn't join them. "Can't stop," said Evie. "I'm collecting all our food for the winter." The stoats stared. "All by yourself?" "Yes," said Evie proudly, and she scampered on. Next stop, pine cones. They were hidden inside a bramble bush, but the brambles were much more spiky than Evie remembered. Could she really wriggle in there and get them? She heard woodpecker tapping nearby. Tap, tap, tap. He'd be brilliant at hopping between the branches, but she told Granny she could do it all by herself. So she did. Ouch, ouch, ouch! Evie squeezed bravely under the bramble bush till she fished out every last pine cone. Next stop, chestnuts. They were hidden deep inside an old log pile, but the logs were much bigger than Evie remembered. Could she really move them all by herself? She saw Moose strolling nearby. Moose could shift these logs in no time, but Evie told Granny she could do it on her own. So she did. Heave, heave, heave! She shoved those heavy logs till she grabbed every last chestnut. Last stop, hazelnuts, Evie's favourite. But Granny had buried an awful lot more than Evie remembered. She dug and dug and dug. Badger popped her head out of her burrow. "Need a hand?" she called. "No, thank you," said Evie. Her paws were very sore, but she wasn't going to ask for help now. She scratched and scrambled till she found every last hazelnut. And that was it. She collected everything. She just needed to push the heavy basket all the way home. She didn't need anyone's help. She could push it up the steep hill. Oops! All by herself. She'd done it. Evie was nearly home now, but she couldn't wait to show Granny what she'd done. She'd just have a little rest before she went on. She leant back, closed her eyes, and... Oh no! The enormous basket tipped over and everything scattered everywhere, and Evie tumbled over and over, all the way back down the hill. Oh no! Evie's nuts are falling down. Right into the middle of her friends. "Have you come to play?" called the stoats. "Let's make snow angels," said Badger. But Evie didn't want to play. "What's the matter, Evie?" said Moose. Evie started to cry. She told them how she collected the food all by herself, every last bit. But now everything's buried in the snow, and I've lost it all. "Don't worry," said Moose kindly. "We'll find it together." "Everyone needs a hand sometimes," said Woodpecker. And so the grand treasure hunt began. Bit by bit they found everything Evie had lost. "Found one! Found one! Found one!" They even found a little extra. Evie's basket soon filled up to the brim. Then they leapt on their toboggans and slid all the way home. "We did it, Granny!" cried Evie. "We did it together. Oh, look how happy the animals are, and there's all Evie's food. Well done, Evie." The end. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Do come back so we can read more books together. Please like and subscribe. Bye.